Ah yes, Venom, The Last Dance, a title so promising, so final, you might think they'd go out with a bang. Spoiler alert, they didn't. Let me set the scene. It's Saturday night. I've had a couple of shots, grabbed some overpriced popcorn, and made a trip to the cinema to watch Venom The Last Dance with zero expectations. I mean, it's Tom Hardy's farewell as Eddie Brock. Maybe they give him a proper send-off. Wrong. Instead, I got a movie that felt like it gave up halfway through production and decided to wing it. The movie kicks off with Eddie Brock living his best miserable life in Mexico, drowning in tequila and self-pity. Venom's cracking jokes, Eddie's whining, and I'm thinking, alright, this could be fun. But nope, fun wasn't on the menu. Instead, we're introduced to Null, a cosmic symbiote god. Sounds cool, right? Wrong again. Null looks like every CGI villain you've ever seen, and his motives are as thin as the plot holding this movie together. Apparently, Null has a vendetta against Venom because of a key he accidentally activated. Don't ask me what this key does. Probably opens the door to better movies. So now Eddie's on the run, framed for crimes he didn't commit, and somehow this is supposed to be the final chapter we've all been waiting for. The Eddie and Venom dynamic? It's the same as always, like a dysfunctional married couple who missed their last 5 therapy sessions. Venom's hyperactive, Eddie's over it, and the banter is funny at first. But after the 15th round of Shut Up Venom, and no, Eddie, you shut up, it gets old fast. Now, let's dive into the supporting cast, starting with Chiwetel Ejiofor. Yes, the man who brought us unforgettable performances in 12 Years a Slave and Doctor Strange is here. As a generic military guy named General Strickland. His job, to chase Venom around with the enthusiasm of someone who just realized their paycheck bounced. He's serious, he's grim, and he's utterly wasted. Juno Temple, who usually lights up the screen, plays Dr. Teddy Payne, a scientist with zero personality and even fewer moral boundaries. She's working with Strickland for reasons the movie barely bothers to explain. Her entire character boils down to a string of science-y jargon and one-dimensional villainy. And then there's Risa Fons as Martin Moon, an eccentric hippie obsessed with aliens. He wants to meet them, hug them, probably start a podcast about them. Why is he in this movie? Great question. He's quirky, sure, but he contributes absolutely nothing to the plot. The action scenes? Oh, they exist. We've got explosions, Venom flinging people around, and Null doing vaguely villainous things, but it all feels so recycled. It's like they pulled random fight sequences from a superhero movie starter pack. Big battle in a nondescript location? Check. Dramatic slow-mo? Double check. Emotional speeches before punching things? Triple check. Now, there's one moment, just one, that actually works. Eddie sitting alone, reflecting on his life while Bowie's Space Oddity plays in the background. It's quiet, it's emotional, and for a brief second, you almost forget you're watching Venom, The Last Dance. It's the kind of scene that reminds you what this movie could have been, but then it's back to the usual chaos. And let's not forget the final showdown. Null, the supposed king in black, shows up looking like a rejected design from Thor, the Dark World. The stakes are high, or at least they're supposed to be, but the fight itself is so rushed, so sloppy. It's like they realized halfway through filming that they were running out of time. But the real kicker? The movie ends with Maroon 5's Memories. Yes, you heard me. After all the cosmic chaos, all the punching and screaming, they roll credits with Adam Levine crooning about nostalgia. Imagine Venom fighting a god, and then bam! Cheers to the ones we got! I couldn't believe it either. So what went wrong? Everything. The plot is a jumbled mess, the pacing is all over the place, and the editing feels like it was done by someone who skipped film school to binge watch TikToks. Characters pop in and out with no explanation, scenes fade awkwardly, and the whole thing feels more like a rough draft than a finished film. If you've been following the Venom series, you might feel obligated to watch this for closure. But trust me, this is less of a last dance and more of a slow shuffle to the exit. The humor's still there, and Venom's one-liners will make you laugh a few times. But is it enough to justify sitting through this mess? Absolutely not. So what's my verdict? I'm giving this a 5 out of 10. It's definitely not the masterpiece you'd want for a final dance. Think of it as a sloppy last call at the bar. Forgettable, a little sad, but at least you got a few laughs out of it. This has been your favorite Tipsy Critic. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers!